Republicans say they're prioritizing the Iran nuclear deal when they get back to work after the holiday weekend. Pennsylvania Senator Pat Toomey says his colleagues are expected to begin debating the agreement next week.
I can tell you unequivocally, this deal is very dangerous. It will make America and the rest of the civilized world less safe.
Across this country, it's probably about 2-to-1 against the agreement. That means in every state, the majority of the people do not want their senator to vote to ratify this.
And calls opponents of his Iran deal crazies. The White House is now saying he may have been, quote, a little too flip.
Not only was he calling me crazy, he was also calling the American people. More than 50% of Americans do not like this deal, so I guess he was referring to the American public as crazy.
The only reason that Iran came to the table were the sanctions were working and they needed relief.
Ending Iran's nuclear program was supposed to be the point of these talks in the first place.
The question I always ask as I travel Wyoming is, do you trust the Iranians? And I've yet to find anybody who does.
I would just say this is one of those moments you should take a picture. Jim Inhofe, James Langford, and Chuck Schumer from New York all agree on something. You've got folks on the far left like Chuck Schumer that say this is bad for Israel, this is bad for the Gulf, this is bad for the United States. We should go back and press for a better deal.
I mean, we're finding these secret deals with the IAEA that basically Iran will inspect themselves, pull their own samples out of this. So we're not going to be able to verify it. We won't be able to hold them accountable.
We know that this deal, too, leads to ballistic missile development in 8 years. It leads to a nuclear weapon development possibly for Iran in 10 years. It leads to $150 billion of sanction lifting, which is going to a terrorist nation.
Now, this is about our national security. And frankly, I think the president is desperate for a deal at any cost, and that's unfortunate.
You don't have to be an international expert or a nuclear weapons expert to look at an agreement that says, the perpetrator here, the one that's in question, they'll let you know whether or not they're good or they're bad.
This nuclear deal with Iran, if it does go forward, will be the worst agreement in American foreign policy history.
There may have been worse agreements in the history of the world, but we weren't part of them. And this will be very destabilizing as other countries in the region, particularly who don't trust Iran, will want to have the same access to nuclear weapons that this agreement gives Iran.